Okay, you guys, what is up? The King of Lightning is here today. People, that's right. That's right. Hunter x Hunter Kurapika special one-shot chapter. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Togashi Yoshihiro has, taken some time off from Dragon Quest and has decided to put pen to paper and he has delivered us a chapter, a one-shot special of Kurapika's backstory. Now, before the massacre of the Kurta clan. Now, the thing here is that I believe it is called the one-shot, but it's not the entire backstory. It's not the full thing. Now, I'm not too sure if they will continue producing chapters of this one-shot, or if this will be continued in the movie, because I believe that this chapter somehow correlates to the upcoming Hunter x Hunter movie that's coming out. And again, I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. So, but if you do know, let me know in the comment section down below. Because if they are going to continue to make these one-shots of the Kurapika backstory, then I will continue to review the Kurapika backstory, or at least the one-shots. So, because I want to, because it's Hunter x Hunter, right? Togashi Yoshihiro puts pen to paper, I'm reviewing it. Fuck it, man. This guy is one of the best mangakas ever. I don't give a fuck what no one says. He is one of the greatest mangaka ever. Ever. Period. End of fucking story. Alright, now, that being said, once again, Hunter x Hunter Kurapika special one shot. This special, I liked it because not mainly the drawing, because obviously the art style, when it comes to Hunter x Hunter manga, on scans at least, because the volumes, they're much better, but the scans online, the art style is trash. The art style is not exactly the greatest thing. It's pretty much a lot of scribbles. It's a lot of scribbles. It's not terrible, but it does leave for yearning of better art style. At least when it comes to the online scans. If you buy the volumes, then you're fucking fine, because the volumes, they're drawn fairly well. Now, my thing is that I really like seeing a headstrong Kurapika, because not only is it very reminiscent of Gon, but also it's a complete change in the character. It shows you how he was before the massacre and how he completely changed as a person from when he was a child to the Kurapika that we see now, which of course makes sense because his entire clan was massacred. But the thing here was that when I'm looking at Kurapika and he's yelling around, like, fuck you, old man, let me leave. It's kind of like you should be in the fucking reinforcement class, not the conjurer class. Because I believe Wing stated that if someone truly changes from a mental standpoint, then your then category can change too. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Because I could be wrong. But because he's so reminiscent of Gon, it's kind of like when we see guys like that, we see the headstrong guys like Wing, like Uvogan, like Gon. They all are reinforcement class. In fact, Hisoka categorized the reinforcement class as headstrong individuals. But we're seeing Kid Kurapika, and he's super headstrong. But after the massacre, he is more he's more humble. And well, humble in a bad way, but he's the conjurer. So it's kind of like, I don't know, I just feel that way. I really do feel that I don't know if you can change that category like that. I believe that it takes something really dramatic, really super duper dramatic, But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Again, if you know, let me know in the comment section down below, because these are things that happen, early on in the series, and it's been a while. It's been a good while since I've read the beginning of Hunter x Hunter. So, that being said, alright, that's number one. Number two, this was the focus point of the entire chapter. Discrimination against the Kurta clan, which is why their village is sectionalized. It is ostracized. Like, these people literally ostracize themselves from the rest of the world. And they did that because of discrimination. Their eyes turn red. They are deemed monsters, devils, demons, and they are, you know, they are basically hated against by the entire world. And in order to preserve their culture, their heritage, and in order to preserve the peace within their clan, they have decided to completely section off themselves from the rest of the world. Now, this, of course, is very reminiscent to in the prior series of Togashi Yoshihiro, when we have the ice witches in the demon world. They completely cut themselves off from the rest of demon world. However, the difference here is that where the ice witches, or the ice people, where they were cold, soulless people, we have the Kurta clan, who are, in a sense, flourishing, and they are thriving. Not really a utopia, but more so peace is in fact maintained because there is a fear for the outside world. In this scenario, fear is a good thing because they have maintained the peace of the Kurta clan, and because they have sectionalized themselves from the rest of the world. So in this case, it is a success. However, there are those like Kurapika and like his mother who really want to go outside and experience the outside world. Because even the thing here is that Kurapika and his mother, they don't want to be held down by the fear that currently holds back the people from moving forward in the outside world. Because of that discrimination. So, I mean, like, it makes sense. It makes a lot of fucking sense. But, you know, there's always gonna be that batch of fuckers who just wanna say, you know what? Fuck this shit. Fuck the rules. We're gonna do me. I'm gonna do me. Alright? So, I mean, but that's the way it is. That's the way it is. And after seeing this chapter, I kind of feel, because like I'm not too sure, but I kind of feel, like I have a gut feeling that somehow Kurapika leaving the city, because he does leave in a legitimate way by taking an exam, because the elder, he takes him, he gives him an exam of 3 parts, and the last part is to go to a nearby town and try and maintain their composure while being around outside people. And if their eyes turn red, they have these eye drops where their eyes will stay red for 24 hours. So once their eyes turn red, then their eyes will remain red for the next 24 hours, or how many hours is left in order to complete 24 hours. And I kind of feel like Kurapika is going to deviate. He's going to deviate because he wants to save, he wants to go and meet up with a doctor. And because the reason why is because in the past, before we see him take this exam, apparently he and his friend Pero, they were playing on like a cliffside. Kurapika fell down the cliff, but he was, you know, saved by a Pero. But in price of that, Pero fell down the cliff also. And even though Kurapika was relatively unharmed, Pero, he got slammed. Like, he got slammed. And his body's now weakened. His vision's blurry. So basically, his body is, let me say, I guess the term here is, it's not shutting down. No, it's more like he's becoming muscle decay, physical decay, something of that nature. Something is going on right now where the impact of that force of him falling down the cliff, it affected his body, where his body is now like systematically breaking down, and he can no longer like maintain a good physical condition all the time. Like, he constantly needs rest. He can't really grab things, because when we see him, when Kurapika throws him the eye drop case, he tries to grab it, but he can't do it because like his muscles are like, you know, there's something up with his body that's really like that impact really systematically is bringing his body down as we speak. And Kurapika wants to go into the outside world to hopefully try and find a doctor to save his friend. Because in a way, Kurapika is responsible for the reason as to why his friend's body is breaking down. And then, at the same time, we see that even though the people of the Kurta clan, even though they are humble, even though they are in a sense a utopia where not full blown, but they're still peaceful. They have maintained peace for over like 100 fucking years. The thing here is that you can't hold back everybody. And Kurapika, he got out. His mother, she wants out. She wants to go explore because she knows that the elder has like a cell phone. He has all this outside world shit. And it's kind of like, I want that shit. So this was bound to happen. And the last thing is that he winds up, at some point, before they take the exam, the thing that really, because Kurapika beforehand, he really wanted to leave. Like, for example, at the beginning of the actual chapter, we see him. He really wants to fucking leave. He wants to go outside, you know, fuck this shit, let me out. But at the same time, he's still not willing to make that extra push. But what gives him the courage to make that extra push was when he winds up meeting up, well, him and his friend Pero. They wind up running into a hunter who was wounded in the forest. They took care of her, and in return, she gave them a storybook. And by the way, there was like a language problem here, so they got because like the Kurta clan have their own like unique language apparently, and because of that, there was a language issue between the two. So, or like between the three, meaning Kurapika, Pero, and the girl. I forgot her name. And what ends up happening is that they get one of the kids, either Kurapika or Pero, they get their father's dictionary. They come back. They were able to actually decipher the entire story with the dictionary. At the same time, kind of learn the foundations of the current language that resides around most of the outside world. And what happens is that she leaves, because after she is cured, everything's fine. She leaves, and Kurapika and Pero continue to read the storybook. And the storybook has exactly what a child wants to hear. It has all things about chivalry and bravery and courage, and the guy with the sword, you know, like, I have the power, you know, like on some He-Man shit. So these kids are getting fucking hard-ons, and they're like, yeah, we want to go the fuck outside. We want to go and do this shit, man. I'm fucking He-Man. Thundercats, man. And that's what they want to fucking do. They want to go outside and shit. They want to fucking party. And the elder's like, look, the story, it was a good book, but the world is not like this. The world is a fucked up place, especially our fucking world. Our world is a super fucked up place. Togashi Yoshihiro made this shit. Of course it's fucked up. So, you know, he's letting them know that, hey, shit isn't always gonna be like the way, like, it's not gonna be like a constant fantasy where you go outside and fight dragons. No. And you don't get the damsel, and then you don't get the damsel in distress. No. And he's trying to reinforce his notion in a Kurapika, which is why normally they leave the Kurta clan when they are adults, so they can try and understand these things. Well, they have a better conceptualization of, you know, the world, or at least their world, and then they will gain a greater conceptualization of the world around them once they leave, if they want to leave. But he's a kid, and we all know that kids, they believe that they're invincible, and even though the elder was against it, because he gave him the exam, and because Kurapika passed the exam with flying colors, he is free to leave. He takes Pyro along with him, and part of the last portion of the exam is to actually maintain the composure of not just yourself, but also your partner, meaning Pero. So Pero, if his eyes turn red too, then he will lose as well. He would also lose. Kurapika would also lose. So, you know, that whole entire notion right there. But yeah, I mean, overall, the chapter, it was good. I liked it. You know, I mean, of course, it was a good chapter because we are now seeing shit about Kurapika that we never knew before. Never. And we're seeing the Kurta clan before their destruction, which is key. Because we've always wondered how shit went down, and now Togashi Yoshihiro put pen to paper, and he's letting us know how shit went down. At least, you know, as of right now. Because we still don't know when the Phantom Troop, how they get sucked into this kind of shit, why they go in there fully. I mean, like, we know, I believe they went in there because, yeah, no, they went in there because of the eyes. But we don't know who paid them off. We don't know how exactly they fought. Because according to Vogan, the Kurta clan, they were somewhat strong. So, and when I see the Kurta clan, they look like pussies. I'm not gonna fucking lie to you. Like, they look like a bunch of pussies. But, I mean, maybe. I mean, this is Vogan. This is the guy who grabs people's faces and eats that shit. Like, yeah, so, but we'll see. So, but overall rating is going to be good. The art style was, you know, it was bad, obviously. But, however, the story progression was great. The pacing was okay. Honestly, the character development for Kurapika, great. I mean, of course, it's the Kurapika special backstory. No shit. No fucking shit. So, rating overall is going to be good. So, I'm done. King of Lightning. Be sure to, of course, rate, comment, and subscribe as always. And I'm signing out. Peace. Have a nice day.